Ooh, just didn't respect the chains there, and with the Firefly over the top, that's enough damage to take down the Faceless Void. That's a big kill, especially since Lewis was kind of struggling in terms of last hits, but now lane in his favor and first blood gold for him.
That's a huge kill, actually. That's a lane that I think is supposed to walk on the floor with no against NoPing.
Yeah,
Oof.
as
Okay,
now
they're
they're
gonna
coming
try to go
back
again.
immediately good. Oh, he
Ooh,
dodged the Inkswell stun!
beautiful.
Oh, that... Oh, it's gonna get bashed, but still be fine. And at the same time, Lewis just walks down the Grimstroke. This is really good for NoPing. There might be some, like, like, you're not really used to playing against an Ember Spirit support, I would assume. But yeah, and the comfortability for NoPing. Okay, Kim just denies himself. But that does mean they did see that. Lewis, nice flame break to keep himself safe from the Inkswell.
Yeah, I think what really screams that they don't play a lot against this Ember a lot is that the Dreamstroke went for another point of Inkswell instead of Phantom's Embrace. I think the way for them to
Mm-hmm.
get that kill is actually having the silence, so you know he can't really dodge the anything there.
Yeah. And Batrider actually went for a bottle. It's not gonna get the refill as mid laner was already screaming for a refill. You know, core players. And it's not now. The 6-minute rune will be top. It is gonna be an arcane rune and a nice change there onto both of them. Inkswell, however, coming out and Kim. Uh-oh, it's gonna get turned around upon. That's gonna be the Resonant Pulse. Another toss-up. And the jump forward here, Kim is gonna get arrowed and is gonna fall. However, Leo Style still fighting here. He's gonna have an avalanche, but there's gonna be the Aether Remnant with the silence over the top. Now there's gonna be the avalanche and another silence onto him, but he will be able to get away. At the same time, though, in the top lane, Faceless Void died again.
That is an absolute disaster. Faceless Void feeding first blood. Mid though.
Leo Style, he gets a kill! Two supports rotated, you lost your safe laner for it, and the mid laner still gets a kill onto the Mirana. Oh, that's a pretty big disaster. And at the same time, down bottom, it just kills everywhere. NoPing, turning up the heat and just letting the bodies hit the floor.
Yeah, the lanes where they were supposed to win, they are winning, like bottom. And the lanes they're not supposed to win, they're also winning. Top lane Hook though might maybe kill Lewis. He has lasso though, so I hope they don't get baited here.
Yeah, I feel like if you don't back off there, you might die. Because the lasso with the Firefly is just so much damage. Just now, though, Miggy potentially looking for a rotation. Decides better of it. Okay. Now,
And that's really what I feared, because this is a game. Void is not a hero that can afford playing from behind when you don't have damage inside Chrono, right? When you don't have a
yeah.
Snapfire, a hero, because this hero doesn't farm really fast until he has Medas and Maelstrom. So the way you usually can get gold is using Chronosphere, but man, these Chronospheres are gonna be hard to actually get. They really have to outplay NoPing moving forward to still give this guy a chance.
Now they are going to find Dunha here, who tried to contest for the rune. But I also feel like with the fact that both side lanes going so well for NoPing, it also means like any rotation from Migi that isn't successful is like even worse, because Leo Style is not forced to rotate. Like he can literally just farm because both of his side lanes are already doing well. So he can just like accelerate from the mid lane himself. And yeah, all of this now. Oh, that's gonna be the rotation. They're looking here for Lewis. That's gonna be the Chronosphere, but Inkswell doesn't connect. That's gonna be the Aether Remnant, and it's gonna be a kill onto the Batrider. Heavy commitment there, but they get the kill, and Miggy is gonna get that gold for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I think it would be better if they could kill the Batrider without Chrono. But you just get the wins that show up to you. That's true. And about Leo's style, I totally agree. Speaking of him, he's very close to like a 10-minute blink dagger right now. Super scary stuff.
And Juggernaut just pushed into tier 1 mid and now is top. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just grouping up for the 10-minute catapult. He knows there's no chrono, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
They can group as a team and take that tower. Just, I love this. Oh, mid lane?
Yeah, that Leocel dodged the Aether Remnant, and without that connecting, there's no way. Oh, that's actually gonna be the chains now. But Avalanche still on cooldown for a little bit. If that Avalanche was off cooldown, he would have 100% died.
Look at Mendy. He is actually just taking the tower by himself. They didn't even have to wait for the catapult.
Oh.
I love this. That's definitely not a South American sort of move, you know? This is something you expect out of European players. But I love it. I think, at least in South America, everyone's just way too obsessed with farm and how many CS a carry gets in a certain time of the game. Instead of, like, you know, thinking of defense of the Ancients. I love that move from Mendy. Just perfectly executed. Still doing very well in farm, right? He has top net worth right now.
As Lewis, he's trying to fly away, but didn't have Firefly up for another second there, and they're going to die. But now, because they already took down that top tower, it opens up to be more aggressive onto this mid tower with the catapult wave, while also defending the bottom tower. Like right now, it's just like such a huge advantage for NoPing. And
yeah, in terms of momentum, I think they're definitely looking really, really good. They will try and force this tower, but we already see a TP here. There's Lasso on this Batrider. But with only 2 heroes, they have to be very careful here on the side of Dreamers.
As in the mid lane, they're gonna find the Grimstroke. He gets a Soulbind out, trying to turn this around onto the Ember, but not enough damage. I feel like that's already a little bit of damage issues maybe starting to show. Like, Ember also a hero, like, once he has, like, more levels, he will get Flame Guard, which, like, it will not absorb much because it won't be high level, but, like, any small mitigation... Oh, bottom Lewis just gets the kill onto the DK. And that happens while they're also losing their mid tower. Uh-oh, they're gonna find the Mirana here as well. As Mickey jumps in, gets the Inkswell onto the Dazzle, but that's not the hero that you want to go on. There's gonna be the Chronosphere onto the Juggernaut, but Dunha, he has the Shallow Grave. That's gonna be the Silence onto this Jug, but they're now gonna turn this around onto Mickey here. Melancholy goes for the Omni Slash, finishes off Mickey. And Chronosphere used, but nothing gained for NoPing there. They're even looking for Dreamers, I'm sorry. A lot gained for NoPing, as they're just diving for more kills there. Not even finished. There's the South American spirit. We gotta go for the kills. We're not gonna go for the tier 1.
Yeah, that was... I'm not sure I can sugarcoat that. That was a terrible chrono. Because even if he was close enough to killing the Jug, there was Grave on the Dazzle, as you pointed out. So even the target selection, in my opinion, wasn't great. It's good that he doesn't die, but they still lose the tower. They were not able to take the bottom one. It's just they're relying on this DK getting Blink, which, by the way, he's kind of close because he skipped a lot of his intermediary items. That's probably the next power spike Dreamers can kind of strive for. Until then, I don't think they can make any moves.
Kim once again walked outside of the Inkswell and didn't get caught there. They have no detection. So the Moonlight Shadow is invincibility for now. But they get another kill. Oh, Dreamers, they really need to... Yeah, like this Blink Dagger needs to be put in overtime.
Oh yeah. He needs pretty much like one wave, so that's good. The problem is 4k gold advantage. We were talking about damage issues. You know, you put that alongside a Dazzle having Grave. It just makes life really hard, right? Because now you can't initiate anyone but the Dazzle, or else that target's gonna get graved.
And, yeah, that's just the 2 supports taking out the Mirana. At the same time, Leostyle finds another support here. And they're gonna get Dead Chains onto the Void Spirit, like all of that, forcing him back. And I mean, this Ember Spirit is 1 level behind the Void Spirit. And that's not good. Like that Ember Spirit is very, very high level.
Wait, that Ember wasn't mid? Is that what you're saying? That Ember is a position 4 hero?
He's the same lane as this off-lane DK who was able to buy his Blink Dagger, but I'm pretty sure he's just dead here. Oh, he's gonna form the dragon form. And that's gonna be the first stun into the Dragon Tail. Ember Spirit is going to die. But again, this is a position for Ember. I guess he gave quite a bit of money, so that was good. That was good.
Now that's still a lot of space. That's the dragon form being used defensively, so unlikely that they'll have it for an aggressive move. They do have blink now though, but do they have a smoke? They do. I would love to see them trying to kill Jug. That would be like the ideal target. But as you can see, Duinao is just following Mandy wherever he goes, always in like a pretty short range of that carry hero.
And he actually maxed out Poison Touch.
Yeah, that's how free he thinks this game is right now.
Yeah, that's really... Like, also the cooldown going that low, and then once you get your shard, you're gonna provide even more lockdown. Like, actual lockdown with the hex on the shard.
Bottom lane, they do position for this tower, which I like. If you're not gonna go for an aggressive smoke, that's probably the best play that you can do. Should be a free tower for them. I don't think NoPing is gonna waste time defending this. The problem is they're just not farming fast enough. Already a 5k goal lead. This Faceless Void doesn't have Maelstrom. That's why he's not with the team right now. And he could even be in trouble here. It has to be... I'm surprised he's just showing like this with everyone away from him.
Yeah, and they're looking now for this bottom tier 1 tower. They really need to open up the map for themselves. But they're so scared because they know there could just be heroes behind them, which is the case. Oh, the arrow gives vision onto this Ember, and they will find the kill onto Kim there. But the tower still got denied by Lewis, and like, yes, they finally opened up the map, but so much was used for... Oh, at the same time, Lithix gets gone on, and in the mid lane, they're gonna go on to Kuka. Kuka is gonna be able to survive thanks to the assistance of Mickey there, but the Dragon Knight, he died to the lasso. And they're trying to go on to him as Firefly has worn out, but where is your damage? The arrow direct clicks, is it gonna be enough? Lewis solo will fall. The supports are making it happen there.
Yeah, definitely a little bit unnecessary for the Batrider to be there after the kill, but yeah, that's good for Dreamers. They at least sniped that one. The Void doesn't die in the mid lane. I think that was also a big one. With this Maelstrom in level 12, that's probably when I would like to see Kukahook actually grouping up. It's been a while since he used Chrono, and they just really need to start putting some pressure onto NoPing because they are accelerating at an absurd rate right now.
Yep. Now, yeah, they're all... I assume they're just waiting now for the Ancient stack, or they're just gonna go as 4. Yeah, they're gonna go as 4. The 4-man gang squad, like we talked about during the draft, they have a lot of stuns with that. Can they find the initiation? Oh, the smoke breaks. Oh, and he's being spotted and rooted up. There's no initiation. Oh, the Yule Scepter finds the Ember Spirit. And they're gonna get at least that kill, but it is always just Ember that they find.
Yeah, Kim is just eating a lot of those smokes. Usually, you know, the goal of the position 5, but as a Dazzle, you don't want to be doing that too much. So it makes a lot of sense. They just want to make sure Dazzle's always alive, always ready to combat the Chrono. Speaking of it, I think it's going to be used right now on Lewis.
It's going to be bottom with the arrow in it, and that's going to be an easy kill there for the Faceless Void. So kills are happening. The map is getting opened up here, and it is still a Faceless Void. If he's allowed to farm, he's gonna get very, very scary. And he is number 2 in net worth. Like, the Juggernaut, not really that far ahead of him.
Yeah, that kill definitely helps. And I think as they get more mobility items on the side of Dreamers, then you open up the... Oh,
They're gonna find the Ember Spirit again. However, Grimstroke is gonna get turned around upon. And in the end, will just be as... support for support. Actually, initiation now by the DK into the Aether Remnant. Do they have anything further? No, the toss to save. So many ways of saving this Juggernaut.
Yeah, it's already really hard to kill, and they also have that toss back. Really nicely done. But yeah, I mean, I think this is looking bright for Dreamers. It was looking really scary. It felt like a game that maybe Dreamers could win in 20 minutes. But with some of these slight misplays from them and some of these really good chronos from Kukahook, they are holding up.
Now, They know there's no Chronosphere up, and Radiant are gonna go into the Roshan pit, securing themselves some Aegis. Is Dire gonna sniff this out is gonna be the question here, and it doesn't look like it at the moment. Although
They have no chrono, so even if they knew, I don't think that it's possible. Oh, but they're actually overtaking this.
Yeah, they're getting out of... Oh, they're actually Chrono... They're smoking and just Juggernaut bet is gonna be back. And now there's gonna be the scan. I guess they just smoke for security so that they know if the enemy is approaching. Yeah, Kim is standing exactly in position to break any smokes. And that's going to be Aegis into the hands of Mandy, aka Melancholy.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty hype. I'm actually surprised that they even give it to him. Maybe the Tiny could have been a better target, because this Jug is really hard to be taken down with the spin and the healing ward. But he's the one that's going to be hitting, sieging. Probably not high ground though, because it's still the first Aegis. But, you know, better safe than sorry.
For sure. Now, we do see that the game has slowed down quite a bit. Ever since I feel like Dreamers, they got their Blink Dagger and they got some initiations going. The two supports are spotted under a ward here, however, and there's going to be the TPs coming in. Lewis jump forward, the Avalanche connects onto both of them. That's both supports there. It's Dark Demon, yep. Bye.
Yeah, usually when NoPing was playing, you know, the top side of the map that much, they probably expected no wards to be here, but that was an old one that was kind of about to expire. So they never dewarded. If you want to camp a spot close to cliff, you just better make sure that it's dewarded. They didn't. I actually did have sentries on them, so unfortunate. And time for a tier 2 siege. I don't think Dreamers should really do anything about this, especially if that Aegis on Jug. You have to give up these tier 2 towers, wait for the Aegis.
Yeah, there's so many ways of saving this Jug, the first life and the second life. We have now not even maxed out Shallow Grave, just 3 points in it, but already 3 points is so good.
Yeah, once they buff the cast range on Dazzle, I mean, they buffed everything about Shallow Grave pretty much. The cast range and the cooldown got like massive buffs. This hero, now with this meta where healing matters more in lane, I think is looking pretty good. We didn't really see any clutch Graves yet, but I'm pretty sure we're getting to that point where the Void will need to chrono cores, and it's very hard to actually get Dazzle when the enemy team is playing from ahead, because he has all of these extra items. He's very tanky as well. Let's see what happens now.
There's gonna be a 4-man smoke looking to defend this tier 2. An unusual move, which due to it being pretty unusual, could still work out. I don't think Radiant is really going to be expecting a fight here, but they are in position in case anything is going to happen. There's gonna be the chains onto both of them. Moonlight Shadow coming out. They have the dust going onto Grimstroke Soulbind coming out. Now they're coming in from the backline, defining the Ember Spirit first, and the arrow connects onto the Bad Rider, but it's just not enough damage here, as they're gonna find the Lasso and the Shallow Grave. They're not even getting the Bad Rider there. There still is a Chronosphere up, but for what avail? That's gonna be the Chronosphere now. There's the avail. We're gonna get at least 1 kill and the jump out there. But you paid. Like, you used Chronosphere and you got 1 support kill.
Yeah, that was just a misplay from the Void. He didn't expect the shard to be ready on the Dazzle, and he jumped in with no BKB, so the Q actually hacks him. And then he was like, alright, I guess I'll not gonna chrono, just BKB. But then the Grave comes out, all of his allies were dead. Oh, there you go again.
We're gonna jump here straight onto the Dazzle. And Dazzle is going to fall, so now no more Shallow Grave. Nice Avalanche there. Jump forward. They have the time dilation on this Juggernaut. He might die twice here. The first life gonna be dead, but now the supports are rotating in here. The Simulate coming in, and that's gonna be another stun into the Silence. The toss not gonna be there, and they find the kill here, and they're gonna clean this up. They're gonna find the Bad Rider as well, and the Tiny. A huge amount of gold coming into the pockets of the Dire here.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, they were there a little bit too much, and then once Bendy was out of position, they did the right, the very hard choice of deciding if they want to leave him behind or defend him, and it just didn't pay out at all. They're gonna try and force this mid tower here. This is really good for Dreamers, actually. This Void is now looking very strong with the Maelstrom BKB. Once the Sky is up and the heals from the Dazzle and the Healing Ward matter a little bit less, it starts to get scary for NoPing. We did talk about how the late game, once this Void is farmed, looks very grim for NoPing.
Yeah, as Kim... Oh, he actually has a Blink Dagger on this Ember Spirit. Finds the chains under the Void, but Void still a tough kill to get. And... So, also, I was about to mention, like, Grimstroke is looking for a straight Aghanim Scepter. So, an illusion of this Juggernaut, who is getting very, very farmed, could be very effective.
Yeah, I'm surprised, because if you actually check the net worth right now, not only he's a 5, but he is way, way down.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be a while.
He's a dreamer, right?
Yeah.
That's what he is.
Yeah. They didn't get a Philostone. With a Philostone, I feel like you can go for that much more reliably. But neither team got the Philostone, so no additional free gold coming into the game.
Balanced, as it should be. That's gonna be the last tier 2 tower, so even after the death, they do know that they're still pretty strong. But now Chrono is up. I would love to see Dreamers going for a play right now, because even if they go for a play right now, the Roshan is not gonna respawn for like 2.5 minutes maybe. It will guarantee that Chrono is up once it spawns. I think a big mistake I see in Div 2 is teams actually going for plays like 30 seconds or 1 minute before the possible Rosh spawner, respawn timer, and then you kind of get your ankles broken just because the enemy just walks into Rosh because you get unlucky with the spawn. But looks like they're gonna force tier 2. That's fine.
I mean, everybody from Dreamers is in the area. We have level 3 Chronosphere, getting close to level 20 as well for this Faceless Void. And he is actually the highest level in the game. So, like, this 4,000 net worth lead, we had about a 4,000 net worth lead at 12 minutes. We are at the 4,000 net worth lead once again at 26 minutes, which puts Dreamers in a much better position, and it looks like they're just gonna get this tier 2 here.
Yeah, that's very, very good for them. Free tier 2 tower, which means they can also claim an outpost for them. They're not gonna be choked in experience. In terms of vision, we actually see a lot of good vision being placed by them. The big jungle is dominated. They also have a little bit of vision in the mid lane. And it's good that they take this tower now, because you don't want to be making this move once Rosh is possibly open. Now they collapse into their own big jungle, start rewarding the vision from NoPing so they can contest Rosh once it spawns. So overall, I think solid moves from Dreamers. Kinda weird laning stage from them, but they are recovering pretty nicely.
Yeah. And we do have now a gem coming up on the side of NoPing. So the invisibility from the Moonlight Shadow, not gonna be nearly as effective. However, a gem is always a little bit of a gamble if you get caught out. And it is on the Bat Rider. Like a hero, I feel like that sometimes wants to be pushing a little bit on the greedy lanes where they might get caught out. So gotta be careful now as Lewis a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, and he does have a fair amount of deaths, so definitely a little bit scary, as you pointed out. But if, as long as he plays close to the Dazzle, I'm sure Gunyao is going to be ready to press W on him. I'm not sure if you saw the... Do you use Reddit a lot? Like the Dota 2 subreddit?
Yeah.
Did you see the... There was like a meme for Dazzle players where like I played the game by cells for my cores the whole time, and I mispressed W once, and they all tell me to report.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
here we go.
In here. Immediately, the lasso onto the Faceless Void, who did get this BKB out, but now jumps there. What a Chronosphere onto the Dazzle and the Juggernaut with the arrow follow-up. This is a ton of damage into that Jug. Is it going to be enough? Yes, it is. And another jump forward here by the Faceless Void. They're looking for more. They're gonna get this gem, and a beautiful fight there for Dreamers. And all you do as Dazzle is get caught in wrong Chronosphere, and everybody tells you they'll report you because, ooh, that was the Chronosphere.
That was some foreshadowing for sure. And I mean, I think, you know, we were talking about doing now maybe feeling a little bit over like bold with some of his skill choices, not really maxing Grave. I feel like in hindsight, if you're playing against this Void, a Blink Dagger is probably more value because you can actually be totally out of range to show up in Grave, whoever gets there. He shouldn't be close to the Void. Yeah, they find the timing as well.
The full team wipe here.
Oh, yikes. And that's also Roche, because they got lucky with the respawn timer. That is not good for NoPing. The draft that they have is very momentum-based. It feels like all of it is being stripped away.
Yeah, this is, I mean, Dreamers just completely turned this fight around with like an absolutely insane Chronosphere. And they also see that there is a DD in the bottom and they already... Wait, where's the bottle? Oh, they gave the bottle back to the Void Spade. I thought they gave the bottle to the Faceless Void so he could bottle it up, but I guess not. And now the gem in the hands of Dreamers and an Aegis on the Faceless Void. He also got his shard. Now he's #1 in net worth. He's going into the Mjolnir. This is the point where I feel like now, how do you kill this Faceless Void? If he gets his BKB off, I don't see how they kill him.
It's really hard. It's actually, I would say it's actually impossible because I don't see them having, like, the only duration stun that goes for BKB is Lasso. I don't think they have enough damage in Lasso to kill him. So, yeah, it's just a pretty rough scenario here. It's one of those games where it's on Dreamers to kind of make mistakes for NoPing to come back. We'll see what happens because it felt like NoPing was pretty far ahead and still they gave a bit of advantage back to Dreamers. So you can, you know, Karma and Entropy always works like that. It goes both ways. So let's see how they will play with the advantage now. How they'll control the triangle, when or if they will try to go high ground. All of these things can always swing back again with Dota 2.
Now, the two lanes, mid and bottom here, are very much pushed in favor of NoPing right now. And they're actually going to get half of this tier 3 tower. Which I feel like, given that they're under disadvantage in terms of ages right now, it's very good for them. But now the Moonlight Shadow coming out here from Dreamers, they want to choke NoPing out of this map. Oh.
They know. They have vision with that sentry there.
Yep, now, all into the trees we go.
Okay. In terms of Aegis duration here, it's still 3 minutes, so the move is probably just forcing this tier 2 mid, honestly. In terms of actually sieging, both teams are pretty bad at it, so I don't expect Dreamers to try and go high ground unless they get another team wipe, like we saw. But now they will definitely choke NoPing in terms of net worth, and this will like make things even harder for NoPing in the next minutes.
Yeah. Now, I mean, this Dazzle keeps on pushing into this bottom lane. I mean, like, both Poison Touch and Shadow Wave and the Bad Juju are, like, pretty good wave clear spells. So, the hero actually doesn't really have any problems clearing those waves. And it's giving him some money.
That's why I mean, for a while now, I feel like Dazzle is more of a core hero than a support hero, even though he has Grave. But yeah, we'll see. I really feel like he needs to farm a Blink Dagger. He's actually going this Greaves/Mech. I'm not a big fan. I feel like if he gets Blink, he can solo carry this game.
And on the other side, we have Mirana, who has finished a Wraith Pact. So, there it is. It approaches menacingly. And it is bigger now.
More menacing.
They are gonna start. You should start hitting it. Yeah, that's 100 gold for you. And the TP out by the Faceless Void. The lasso is still going to be there in time, but is that going to be good here? Orb. Yeah, with the Lotus Orb, that was a huge bait there. They're gonna get the kill. They're also gonna get the kill onto the Dazzle. And Miki finds Leo style here as well. The BKB was already used. And that's gonna be the Dragon Tail into the Mirana Arrow. That's gonna be another kill at the same time though. Faceless Void, it's gonna go in once again, gets the bash. Another bash? No. He's all alone here, but...
beautiful.
Yeah.
intentionally TP'd on the outpost, and like he was joining lane, but the Mirana was like literally 10 range away from him, and he just uses Lotus Orb. Oh, that was... I'm actually so impressed by Dreamers here. That was so good.
Yeah. And now, I mean, this faces Void, he still has an Aegis for another minute, so he is not scared of anything, and he's looking to take a set of racks. Not even more.
You don't want to buy back here. It's only 30 seconds of Aegis anyways. You probably just wait for the Aegis to wear off. But that's maybe 1.5 lanes of barracks going down.
And it's just protected by the Aether Remnant. Now, that's gonna be the creep wave. Okay, they're gonna back off. They're gonna play it safe. And I mean, now that the Bat Rider is here again, Last is gonna be up shortly, and it is scary. And Aegis has run out now. But now a lane advantage for the Dire, and Radiant really getting outplayed during the second portion of this game now, like on multiple fronts.
Yeah. There was definitely one or two plays that were her.
Don't go for this lasso again. We've seen this before. It didn't work out. They are gonna see the Firefly here now, so they know that they're right there. Yeah, they're gonna see the outpost being taken as well. So both teams completely aware of where the other ones are.
It's just a much better position for Dreamers to be, because they can cut mid and top, and the only lane that they can actually cut for NoPing is bottom. And even still, they cannot force Dreamers to go back to their base because the lanes are just not pushed enough for that to happen. There's just a total position advantage for Dreamers at the moment.
Yeah, and there's also a siege creep wave coming now for the side of Dreamers, also for both sides, since the siege creep spawn at the same time, but pretty big wave there, and with that, they're most likely gonna look to go high ground again. Yes, they're gonna the Lotus Orb. That Lotus Orb is putting in so much work.
Alright, Dazzle going back to base. Please buy Blink. He's so close.
50 gold away. That's going to be the tier 3 down. Melancholy tried to take out this race pack, but he has to back up. It's so scary against the Chronosphere and the stuns. As now, race pack has expired. If you want to go in, now would be the time. But I mean, you're just slowly but surely losing your racks here. How do you initiate against this? That's gonna be the jump. Oh, Leostal got found here, and the BKB used by the Faceless Void. Leostal, will actually survive. It's now the Chronosphere connects onto both the Juggernaut and the Dazzle. They're gonna take out the Jug and the Dazzle directly afterwards. They're all dead. You're right, LD, and they're gonna call GG. Ooh, I mean, the Faceless Void pick looks really good if you get Chronospheres like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think both Chronos that looked really good all had the same thing in common. They kind of found someone out of position and then lured the Dazzle for then the Void to jump. So they were always nice.
Hello? Is that? Apparently some issues there, but right now we'll have Dreamers Esports takes game number 1 versus NoPing. We will have game number 2 coming up shortly. We'll see, can NoPing adjust to what Dreamers has shown here. A very strong showing so far, and we will see how it's gonna go in game number 2 after a short break. Hello and welcome back here to game number 2 between Dreamers Esports versus NoPing. We are back into the draft. After NoPing, they looked really good in the early game, but Dreamers just capitalized on mistakes, out of position heroes, and chronoed their way to victory. I'm Aponsus. With me here, Bowie. Welcome back, good sir.
Hello. Yeah, I think NoPing, they just outlaned Dreamers really hard. It was just a couple of like control mistakes in the mid game, so I still feel like they played better, if that makes any sense. They just have to play. I think they were feeling themselves a little bit too much, you know. So be sure that you're calm, don't overextend too much, and I'm sure they could have won that game if they played more tight.
For sure, yeah. As now, first pick is going to be Doom. I was just about to ask you about that hero, why that isn't banned, and it's going to be first picked, of course. NoPing, still believing in the Tiny. Could be the Leo style Tiny, could be a position 4 Tiny. We sometimes see a position 3 Tiny, so certainly the flex potential is there. But now, how do you approach this matchup against the Doom? You know there's going to be a Doom.
10 seconds
I honestly don't feel like you need to think too much about it. I feel like sometimes teams hard counter the Doom too much, and now that you can play it as a 4, I think the Doom team still wins because you spend a lot of resources and the Doom's not like gonna be that core. So maybe you can get the Grimstroke for you just so it's not there. Maybe you pick a Rubik, but you don't have to overly counter that hero, I think.
Oh, Witch Doctor. A hero that we have seen Arkosh now first phase, because they believe that this hero now, very similar to what you say in terms of like the heal sustain heroes, is become very, very strong now in this, in the laning stage and in this meta.
I think his hero slaps really hard. The Maledict buffs were insane. Maledict, going through BKB now. Also, I guess not through, but if you activate BKB and it was applied, still goes through. It's a really good hero. As you said, it provides healing, but it also provides aggressiveness in a way that very few heroes can do. I like it.
Yeah, and it is especially great against those like tanky strength heroes like a Doom. So Maledict, it's one hell of a drug as this spell. It's one hell of a drug.
Yeah, it definitely is. He is a doctor after all, so makes sense. And okay,
Death
love it.
Prophet.
Very flexible because the DP can be offlane and mid, Doom can be mid and offlane and 4. Pretty good overall. I also like the silence, right? They have multiple ways already of dealing with that OT from Witch Doctor.
Yeah. And also gives, I feel like that was something that Dreamers, I guess they had DK, but like it gives more early tower pressure. So, like with the Death Prophet, like you have your exorcism, you walk up to a tower, you press the spell, tower dies.
Yeah, it's very similar in that sense. They do lack a little bit of that initiation that we saw. We'll see if they try to compensate that somewhere else. But I think DP is a really solid pick still. It is a little scary against the amount of burst damage that NoPing has. I feel like this time this Tiny Witch Doctor is super scary for the DP. So maybe they're the ones that actually grab a save, It could even be like a Shadow Demon. It's actually a really hard counter to Death Prophet, but it's also a save against a lot of what NoPing has right now. Did I cut?
Nope, you're still there.
Oh,
so
okay.
Absolutely, that's there. Now for the side of NoPing, you have this Witch Doctor hero. One thing that I feel like his laning stage you really need is this kind of partner in terms of like burst damage. Like a Luna comes to mind. Like Luna plus Witch Doctor. I feel like it's very, very strong. You put Maledict, Lucent Beam, already you have a bunch of damage.
I think Luna would be really good. Luna benefits from having 5 heroes that you just want to group up for towers. Death Prophet definitely works in that ballpark. I think Undyne looks really good if you also go that route, because then you have a melee 5 that gives the Luna good lane.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
They actually don't have the best Tomb heroes right now for NoPing, so I wouldn't mind that actually.
Yeah, I wonder here. So the safe hero is gonna get banned once again. The Abaddon not gonna be a part of it, and NoPing gonna go for the Bat Rider again. So right now they've just exchanged the Dazzle for the Witch Doctor. Do you think we're gonna see the Ember Spirit as well as the Juggernaut?
I don't think so. Like, one thing we actually saw that game, that like usually as a 4, you want to scale and you want to get items, and it was always the 4 breaking smokes, and I think Kim did a good job at that. But that also means none of the supports are scaling, because the Daz was just following someone, not farming that much, and the Ember's dying. So this time you actually get the Witch Doctor to do all the 5 things that he has to do, but the 4 can be this tiny maybe, or can be a hero that will be impactful. I think Kim or Moose is one of the best 4s in South America. I don't think he should be just breaking smokes and not scaling. So I actually like this a lot.
So now here for Dreamers, there it's still a Legion Commander if you want to go for like a save against the Lasso. Or the Oracle that we mentioned in the previous draft. I would love to see some Oracle, but the hero just feels like you just go on him instead, and then he dies.
Yeah, there's a lot of gap close here, so I wouldn't. It's very hard. It would be similar to the Dazzle we saw in game 1.
Yeah. Oh, and instead they're gonna go for a Bane here. So lane domination. I feel like a Bane against a Bat Rider, you can always just like Nightmare him when he goes for a Firefly to go on you. So I feel like it's gonna be a much easier lane there for Dreamers already against the Bat Rider. I don't think it's gonna be a kill lane though.
Yeah, it's not really a kill lane, but oftentimes that's okay, as long as you can stop the aggression of the Bat Rider. Bane trades really well. Oh, so they're still flexing this DKDP. This probably means Doom's gonna be D4 here.
Yeah.
And that also means DK is probably gonna be mid, because Doom DK lane looks awful, especially against Witch Doctor, right? The Cask, really good versus 2 melees. Maledict, really good versus 2 melees, so
yeah,
you probably need to 3 this DP.
Yeah, like now that you mention it, it's like, oh yeah, it would be a Dragon Knight plus Doom together. That'd be kinda weird there. that was a bit of a question mark there. Now a hero that like both we saw it yesterday, but not to really great effect in only one game. The Enigma hero. I feel like other regions are like first phase banning that hero because it's so strong, and here in SA we're not really liking Enigma.
Yeah, I feel like, a lot of the Division 1 teams play Enigma, but in Div 2, it's not as popular as maybe I would have liked. It's one of my favorite heroes. And they get this TB. All right, so, even though DK is high armor, he's going to be mid. We already discussed Doom, DP. These 2 heroes. Terrorblade, even though he's a melee hero, and that's usually good for DP, I feel like she doesn't want to get close to that TB, because once he presses E, with that new buff to Metamorphosis, it hurts a lot. DP is not high armor. Doom's not high armor. This is looking really good. I like this TB pick a lot.
Can you tell me why they like buffed Metamorphosis level 1 that hard? Like, it was already such a strong spell, and now they just doubled the damage on it?
Well, Metamorphosis is the OT of Terrorblade, and so it needed a buff because it was not strong enough of an OT, and that's. Yeah, I mean, like, sure, the spell was good, but TB's win rate was pretty bad. I think we barely saw it on the major, and maybe they want to release an Immortal, they want to make the big bucks, and that buff just comes in handy with some of the financial decisions. I don't know, but sometimes heroes are buffed, and I actually don't mind that buff too much. One buff that actually kind of annoys me though is the butterfly buff, because I think sometimes you buff a hero, and that buff by itself is fine. But then some of the other buffs that you do that synergize with that hero together become unbearable. So low BKBs having long cooldown means that a hero, illusion hero like TB, that buys Butterfly suddenly kind of triples his effectiveness. You know, it's not really the meta buff, but everything together becomes a problem. That makes sense.
For sure, yeah. And so now we are gonna ban out the Faces Void. I mean, he looked pretty good on it. I'm not gonna lie, he delivered the Chronospheres when you needed them. And so what's gonna be the pick here for Dreamers? You could, like you mentioned in the first draft, there is sometimes potential for a little bit of a position 1 Dragon Knight. Maybe we see that here.
It's definitely possible. It is sort of a specialist thing, though. I'm not entirely sure if Cook likes to play that. If they don't go that route, I actually like Naga here. You have the Dispel against Batrider. Oh, but they actually steal the Jug. Okay.
That's an interesting Jug pick.
It's okay-ish. Like, it's one of those games where if the Jug is very farmed, he's fine. But it's also a game where if he gets lassoed plus Tiny Avalanche Terrible, he just dies. So
yeah,
it's a very scary game for them to go high ground. Once again, it feels like we might see some early tower pushing, but it's really scary for Dreamers to go high ground without Aegis this game. So this is one of those games that it could easily last an hour. So if guys are watching, maybe grab some popcorn right now. Make sure you start putting your beers in the fridge, because I have a feeling this could be a long one.
Ooh,
I like this.
the fishy boy.
Yeah. All right. So they pretended Batrider was gonna be offlane. They forced this Jug pick, but at the end of the day, it's just Leo Styles hero. This is great, actually. I think NoPing outdrafted Dreamers a lot.
I'd agree with that. One thing that I'm a little bit worried here is until your Terrorblade has a lot of farm, NoPing doesn't take towers. While on the side of Dreamers, you have a DP and a Dragon Knight. I feel like early on, Dreamers have a very good lineup, but if they don't get a big advantage, I feel like by like 25, 28 minutes, and we're even, then I feel like that NoPing, like the Terrorblade, and like how heavy this Juggernaut is countered, it's gonna be real tough.
That is very true, but you also cannot discount how hard it is for some of these lineups to actually Siege versus Batrider. Because now that the TP range got increased that much, it's very easy for him to sneak with TPs, lasso people out of position, and then burst them. So this is one of the, a lot of times we don't see teams defending tier 1s that much, especially past a certain period of the time. This is a game I actually see NoPing defending pretty much every tower, because they have the means to. It could be a smoke where Tiny tosses someone out of position, or it could be the flame break or the lasso. So there's lots of ways for NoPing to smartly engage. This is a very interesting game. I do feel like this game gets really hard for Dreamers past 30 minutes, though. I feel like the late game is 100% NoPings this time.
Okay. So let's head here into the game. Game number 2, Dreamers versus NoPing. Dreamers currently up 1-0. Are we going to see a game 3? Are we going to close it out 2-0? We'll find out right here, right now. With a pause. It wouldn't be a save without a pause. Yeah. So, do you think there's a little bit of like, you guys didn't play the Juggernaut properly, let us show you how you do it mentality going on from Dreamers? So now on the side here, so we have the Terrorblade, and Terrorblade going up against, it's gonna be the Doom and the Death Prophet. So in terms of lanes, I feel like it's definitely going, like the Slardar is should be winning his lane against the Juggernaut. Mid lane is going to be a wash. Although I say that, with the Batrider versus a Dragon Knight, it's going to be a little bit of a tough matchup there. And... If this Batrider gets off to a good start, that's when I start seeing problems arising there for Dreamers. Because as Bowie mentioned there, that they can very easily defend towers. They have multiple dislocation abilities, as well as like heavy damage from the Slardar and Batrider early on. And then once the Terrorblade has the farm, he will be Gucci. He will be Gucci.
Alright, sorry guys, I was making sure that the team's on pause, so I went to the gaming house, told them to unpause, and
Yeah,
now
said, hey, people want to see a game. People want to see a game.
Appen Zeus is casting, for goddamn sake. Be a little bit more respectful.
Wonder if any of them know even our names. I guess they know your name. You're pretty famous there. As now, oh, we have some smoke on smoke engagement melancholy.
Nice ward.
Okay. Well, both people are seeing each other. Just high five each other at that point. Oh, actually, the wraparound there from Chan gets the Nightmare onto the Terrorblade. We're gonna swap it. There's gonna be a paralyzing cast. Yeah, Dunha, he sacrificed his life for his Terrorblade, who did use meta to try to take down the enemy position 5 here, and Chan is gonna go down. Puts down the sentry though, and that will mean an easy D-ward there. First blood and the D-ward going in favor of Dreamers.
Yeah, that's really good. Kind of unfortunate that it's Dark Demon that gets the first blood, but still definitely gonna be a better move for Dreamers, and they even de-ward their own ward just because they gave it away. Love what they did there.
I mean, to be fair, the Doom also did start with Scorched Earth, so he needed some influx of gold. Otherwise, like, he would be very confused why he's so poor.
He's not poor. He has Devour.
Yeah, but not at level 1. Like, Doom players are not used to not having Devour level 1.
There's a fine line between bravery.
Yeah, well. Now here, so in the mid lane, we will have the DK versus Batrider. As boom, Dragon Tail, nicely done there. So up top here is, I feel like, the lane that I am curious how it's gonna turn out. It's a Doom and the Death Prophet versus this Terrorblade and the Witch Doctor. We're gonna secure range creeps. We're gonna have a stun here onto Dark Demon. Oh, just some ring around to Rosie. As on the bottom lane here, actually a lot of damage on the Slaughter early on. He doesn't have Bash of the Deep, and Kokok is completely exploiting that right now. Gonna have some. Okay, where's the creep wave gonna meet? Where's the creep wave gonna meet there? What are we doing here?
That is high level Dota right there. Oh, the range creep. There we go.
Oh, the range creep. Charles like, yo, easy. Oh, he also lost his own range creep, his dire range creep though. But he got the deny.
Oh.
And now the Nightmare. Oh.
Beautiful. All right. That is what the viewers want to watch, right? That is definitely the most exciting Dota 2.
The creeps still meet. We have a battle here going on in the jungle of the creeps.
The fourth lane.
How do you feel if with 7.32 we get a fourth lane?
Where
I
would
think it would be hype.
So would they be like equally distant from each other, or would it be like a weird odd lane, like from river to river, and the creeps just do this weird pathing through the river? And then we have the river barracks.
That and instead of like normal creeps, they're like fish creeps or something like that.
That would be really cool, actually.
So I was talking about a little bit, like usually we see in the mid lane like very farm fest, but it is the Batrider versus the DK, which I feel like the DK could very easily die to the Batrider if he's ever out of position.
Yeah, he definitely can. Is this his boots? Yeah, so you definitely need boots in this lane. And maybe you even need a second point of Dragon Tail. So I would say slightly greedy here from Miggy, getting that point in Brief Fire. Like, Bedrider already has such little base damage that this doesn't do anything. But he is doing pretty well. It just gets hard. Like, once Dostal gets level 5, I think he kind of has to abandon this lane and maybe let the Banes have some experience. Because the Nightmare is a much better way to deal with Batrider than Dragon Tail is.
As speaking of Nightmare, Tiny is going to get Nightmare here in the bottom lane. We have a spin. As they're just going to try to at least trade this for the Bane. There's going to be another stun onto Chan. Is there going to be enough? Another bash, another hit, another kill. A 1-for-1 exchange. Both cores are going to be happy. Both supports are going to be sad.
It was Tiny dying first, though, so I think that's pretty good for Dreamers. Also, I think Tiny in this game, his timings are so important. So the fact that he dies, definitely not great for NoPing.
Yes, now, they're going to fight the 2 couriers there by the Witch Doctor. So a lot of gold there going into the pockets of everybody. Meanwhile, Tiny did TP top, which means this Slardar has to be much more careful. There's going to be the Nightmare. And they're going to spin. And he has to... Oh, he has to sprint, though. He's so fast. He's a speedy boy. And he's out.
Even cuts the wave here. Not really sure what what he wants to do. Got to be careful with his courier as well.
Oh, yeah. And also, Chan, he's coming. He wants that brain sap. Oh, 5 HP. Lewis
so
is like,
close, actually.
get me out of here. Get me out of here.
Alright, he's gonna be fine. Still though, this Juggernaut having a pretty good game, but on the other hand, we have Batrider and Terrorblade also being the other 2 heroes in the top 3 in CS. The problem is this DK, like, okay, they actually lose Larder bot. How did he... I guess he was waiting for himself, but he got sniped.
Yep.
Oh, man.
And that was a
yeah.
solo experience for the Bane. Yeah, that's a lot of experience going his way. Level 4 already for position 5. That feels really nice. And I do think, like, you last picked this Slardar, and this Juggernaut is having a free lane. That's not how you wanted this to go.
Not at all. This hero is supposed to play with a level advantage. He just gets level 5 now. This is problematic, but at the other side of the map, we see this Batrider versus DK. DK relies so much on Blink. He's not like Void Spirit, Ember, that can just walk into a lane and do stuff. So I feel like Miggy's game, they need to enable him somehow. And right now it feels like it's the other way around. They're sending the supports mid from NoPing to control the runes.
Yeah, as you see, the 6-minute rune will be bottom. A haste rune with which the Dragon Knight will be coming in here. Dragon form used, going on to Dunha. Dunha is going to die first. Leocel gonna be Nightmare. Oh no! Dragon Tail dodge, but it's still a lot of damage. He will still find the kill onto the Batrider there. And with that haste rune, I mean, you don't need a Blink Dagger if you have a haste rune.
But that's the luckiest room he could ever hope for. This is so crazy, actually. Oh, okay.
There are here now under the tier 1 tower. And Miggy is gonna get very low here, but gonna get out. Gonna get a Tango, and another Tango, and another Tango. I don't think that works. How you guys actually maybe does it work out in terms of time? I don't think so. One of them will be overlapping.
Yeah, but he will use it, right? So it's still gonna work, I think. Yeah.
Actually,
there
yeah, it will. Yeah,
Yeah, wait. But I mean, that's all he needed. He either needed the supports to be there or a haste rune to spawn exactly when NoPing was going for an aggressive play.
Yeah.
That is 100% RNG, but good RNG for Dreamers.
And it's Dark Demon. It's gonna be Maledicted with the Metamorphosis. That's going to be Doom down.
To the 7 hell.
Lots of action here. Bottom. Lewis could be dead.
Oh, Dun comes out here. You still have the Omni Slash, but with the Guardian Sprint and the Salve, Coco, can he get in range? No.
All right, fish faster than human, and he will
Confirmed.
be just. Yep. Even places a ward. The sentry is there, but I don't think they know.
Speaking of fish, do you know how much faster like a shark is than a human in water? It's pretty scary.
I would
Yes.
assume 5x.
Much more.
Oh, really?
Like
Okay.
30x or something like that. John, it's gonna get gone on here by the Batrider, and Bane will die. However, Leostal, a lot of damage onto him already, but now the Dragon Knight gonna be maledicted. Still very tanky though, and finds the kill onto the Tiny. So both mid laners getting a support kill.
I mean, I feel like Migi got really lucky, but I also really like his items. I think these raindrops are helping a lot. He survived because of it. The mana regen also allowed him to cast so many spells in that fight. And at the same time, they're forcing top with this Exo. So even though the Terrorblade is uncontested and really high up in net worth, the problem is this Slardar, as we were talking about. He is definitely struggling.
Oh,
He's
they're gonna get
way-
the lasso here onto Lissex, onto the tower, and that's going to be the kill onto the Death Prophet.
Good.
So that's what you mentioned about NoPing. They're gonna defend every single towers. It's so easy for them because if you walk up to the tower, you know, he's gonna be there.
Yeah, you put yourself in range. The only hero that can kind of siege and not care too much about that is the Jug. But he's still going to be farming that Maelstrom at least. It's going to take a while until he's the one that is the most aggressively positioned as they siege. So, but the DP has to be careful.
Now Slardar making a little bit of a tour here, going to the camp. He saw the Bane block the top part, so he had to go through some trees. Although there's still gonna be a nightmare. Is the Juggernaut gonna be there in time? Yeah, and it's gonna go straight for the Omni Slash. Oh, the vision. Now gonna go to the creeps. Is it gonna be enough? Oh, they get the kill. At least he got high five by the tower, but he will still fall. And
Yeah,
Bane
good
now hits
passing
level
by
6
Mandy.
with that. Yeah, oh, immediately for the smoke going on to Leostal. That's gonna be a Fiend script that nobody was expecting yet. Do they have the damage to finish off Leostal? The Dragon kill stun, they get the kill. Ooh, high level Bane, immediate smoke gets a very big kill there.
Dreamers are playing so well this game. I'm very impressed by how they play that bottom lane. Now, really good pathing with the way Jug approached that fight. And now they're just forcing this mid tower here. And with no Batrider, that defense I was talking about is meaningless. And they would have loved to defend because there's a haste rune on the Batrider right now. So,
Yeah.
that's unfortunate. No glyph.
Yeah,
He will try though.
that Bane has been putting in so much work. They're gonna get at least the deny, but the map control is like lost because of it. There's gonna be the haste. Still looking for something, but not getting anything.
2 towers falling, both top and mid at 11 minutes. And yeah, you kind of predicted it, right? The pushing power from Dreamers. I also feel like if the DK doesn't get the haste rune, the game is so much so
for
different.
sure. That haste
But,
was so lucky. Oh, Cook-a-hook. Oh, can they find the lasso? There's the lasso during the spin, so it's not going to be a lot of damage. But the Terrorblade is going to be there. With the Death Ward, Cook-a-hook will still be alive. Doom even coming out onto the Terrorblade. And as it's all said and done, ultimates used and nobody died.
There's definitely a time where Cook-a-hook could even TP to another lane if he wanted to. But as we can see, he's actually... They will defend this. They don't want to give this tier 1 tower away, which I like. They are way ahead in terms of real estate right now.
Yeah, oh, Chan. Oh, the Invis rune. Oh, but they have the Corrosive Haste, never mind. The Corrosive Haste is going to unfortunately nullify that Invis rune.
Biggie.
Now they're gonna find the Witch Doctor there. And forcing the Terrorblade out of the triangle. I mean, that's where he wants to be farming right now. And they're even now looking for another tier 1 tower. Meanwhile, Lissex up top, just completely uncontested, has just been farming it up. And looks more like a position 2, like, by the minute.
Dire's bottom tower is no more.
Yeah, that's really rough. The Batrider, you know, one thing that I actually clicked on the slaughter and he was going Echo, and I was like, okay, that's fine because Batrider's gonna get a blink, but he's rushing BKB, and so this means that the only blink they'll have is Kim's, and he's kind of far away from one. So that screams to me that Dreamers will be able to do whatever they want for a pretty long period of time here.
Yeah, it's
kinda
now.
scared.
Oh, that's gonna be the Terrorblade. The Dragon Tail's done. They still have a Fiend Grip. Yeah, we get this kill. Like Dreamers are just playing so well. I just wanna like Bane has been instrumental in what Dreamers have achieved so far.
Totally agree. He actually did a lot. They a big part of the way they actually kind of dealt with this Larder early on was with all of that pulling, right? We saw him using Nightmare level 1 to stop what the Tiny was doing. Then he gets the Slaughter kill, smokes to use the Fiend's Grip middle. Just really, everyone really on the side of Dreamers playing really well. And I feel like a lot of the people watching, they didn't expect it that much. And dude, that's the beauty of South America. Because a lot of these, you see some players that you never heard of, and turns out they're like really freaking good.
Now, it is a 3,000 net worth lead, but I feel like the lead doesn't really tell how much the map is in favor of Radiant due to the towers. It is so much scarier for the Dire to go out towards those lanes because they don't have those tier 1 towers to like TP to in case they get gone on.
And yeah, like we were talking about late game and everything, but like late game doesn't matter if you are sharing like 20% of the map as 5, whilst the other 80% is Dreamers they kill. Which Dr. Bottom, Lewis, I mean, he has this Echo Saber, but when are they ever gonna hit anyone with it? I think that's really the scary part. Like everyone is in farm mode. No one decided to, you know, bite the bullet and go for the necessary items. It's a pretty risky bet than one that they did.
Yeah. And it really like, what I really see, this Blink Dagger now from the Tiny must come in very, very clutch, and it must come very soon. He's 400 gold away, so we're gonna get there in about like 2 minutes most likely. Maybe a little bit less, depending on if he gets the lane or not.
Yeah, that doesn't feel like you have a lane. That Larder is very keen on hitting every single creep.
Yeah, we have here the smoke.
Okay.
With the siege creep, it might be time for the Radiant to give up this bottom tower. It's still over half HP. Can't speak anymore. English is hard.
Yeah, and they don't push very fast, so we'll see. I feel like there's not really any inclination. What feels like is gonna happen is they're gonna force a tier 2 as Dreamers, or at least like occupy the Dire big jungle. I think that's
or
a
maybe
much...
Roche.
Oh,
I like this
that.
play. Yeah, they even glyph, and they're gonna go into the Roche pit with the Exorcism. It's gonna be a pretty easy and quick Roche.
There's no way for them to stop this on NoPing. There's no BKB on Leo style. No blink on anyone else, right? Kim will get in now, but yeah, a little bit too late.
Yeah, that with that Aegis now, Juggernaut is gonna be even more free all around the map.
Okay.
Uh-oh, Kim. He already bought the Blink Dagger at least, so he's not really gonna lose any gold, but he's gonna lose his life.
Alright. Yeah, and you know, what's worrisome about this is, yeah, he gets his blink, but now there's even more of incentive for NoPing.
The jump onto the Batrider, the blink is there onto the Doom! Immediate Doom onto Leo style, but Dark Demon is going to pay the price for this, is going to die. Lissex, yes, the Spirit Scythe, Melancholy coming in as well. He uses the meta more. Bane coming in. We don't have Fiend's Grip for him because of mana, but Slardar, yeah, is gonna pay the price for this. Trying to get away, not gonna be able to though. At least Batrider survived, but
It's a hefty price, my friend.
yeah.
And the point I was making is, Kim gets the blink, but now that's the least inclined time for NoPing to fight, because they are close to these items, and there's Aegis on Radiant. So it feels like the Blank doesn't even do that much, you know?
Yeah.
Dire
Now,
Yeah, top lane. Most likely gonna fall, though Glyph, but Healing Ward plus Aegis is a huge boost for them to just force this out.
we're even sharing some healing salves from the trusty shovel. There's actually going to be a TP coming in from Kim. I mean, he said, hey, I have a blink dagger. We have to do something. But it's just nobody else is here right now. And there's going to be backdoor, but it's just not for long. And here too, gonna be dead.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Oh man, you can feel it, right? That TP in a team that is coordinated just doesn't happen. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, guys, I want to do something, and everyone's like, nah, I'm 200 gold away from Blink on Slaughter. I just finished PKB on Batrider, so you can see that they're getting desperate. But at the end of the day, I actually prefer that NoPing didn't force that play. These power spikes are really important for them, and Aegis, whether you like it or not, only 2 minutes, right? Yeah, 2 and 40 minutes. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Jesus. They should probably just wait this out.
Yeah. We do have we have the full BKB on the Batrider. We're gonna have the Blink Dagger on the Slardar. So like these power spikes that are coming in now are pretty big for NoPing. We're finally gonna be able to see like what their draft is actually meant to do, I feel like. As we have that Blink Dagger on the Slardar. He's looking for a great reveal. Not on the Aegis carrier though, he's still for 2 minutes.
Yeah, and look at the vision there. It's you can see the NoPing kind of expects that ward, so it's nice that they're playing the other side. But they have no reach.
That's gonna be the toss into the stun, into the death ward, but the spin coming out there from Cookahawk. And Cookahawk doesn't even lose his first life there. And Dunha is actually going to be the first to fall. There's going to be the Fiend Script onto the Tiny. Leo style looking to cancel that, but the Doom coming out again. A nice 2 heroes hook stomp there from the Dark Demon. And it's just, you get the Aegis, but nothing else. Might even lose some more. There's still Omni Slash. Oh, jump forward once again. War Stomp.
No EXO used, by the way, which means we could even see more being forced out. They will retreat here, but yeah, I mean, I think that was once again NoPing being a little bit hasty. They initiate on the Aegis target, as you pointed out. They could have maybe either let tier 2 fall, because it's the first Aegis. I don't think they're gonna go high ground, but you know, forcing that way was, you need very high execution, and they are also far behind in gold, so it just makes it even harder. Smoke time.
And really, we also see like this Batrider, like Leostar is just not allowed to play the game. He has a BKB, but he just got doomed every single fight. Maybe with this smoke now, they will finally be able to find a successful fight for themselves. But the smoke, I believe, is pretty much red here by Dreamers from the way that they're positioning. They're only showing the DK. That is not the hero to go on. And they're going to look for a counter smoke themselves. Okay, where are we going here? We have an Arcane Rune on the Doom. Oh, but Doom is not still on cooldown, so. And that's going to be the smoke broken. They see the Terrorblade. Oh, they're going to wrap around here. Looking for the Slardar first, maybe? As there's the jump, the Dragon Tail, but the Avalanche. BKB gonna be there from the DK though. Already Slardar out of the fight. They're looking for the support with Listex, and at the same time, Melancholy. And it's just gonna be forced to TP out. And another successful fight here for Dreamers. Leostal tried to TP, actually cancelled it. As he realized he is not really in any further danger. But it is once again Dreamers defending their towers as Leostyle. Uh-oh, Leostyle. He has BKB. He has BKB too to get out of here.
There is Grip though, so he Grip and Doom in 6.
Oh,
he has to be
yeah.
careful.
The jump. Oh, the Tumbler's toy.
Oh my god, that center was so close actually. They would have gotten vision. It was closer.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that's good. He can cut this wave, I think, if he gets vision of enough heroes. No, he just TPs out. Alright.
And now, I mean, NoPing, they are again in position to defend this, but there is no meta for a whole minute. Leostyle is coming in with a haste rune. That would be nice. A haste rune would be a perfect initiation. Oh, there's gonna be the Firefly. Who are we initiating
Dude.
upon?
You
Leostyle.
can dispel the
Oh,
haste.
Leostyle is going to be jumped. And now Leostyle gets the BKB off, but already they lose the Slaughter. That's gonna be the Omni Slash with the Doom. You're gonna lose Leostyle. Oh no. It's just time and again. Dreamers are just reading NoPing like they're a children's book right now.
Yeah, it's just they didn't have to force that play. The Doom actually dispelled the haste, so it feels like they've been for so long trying to get to play Dota that they're forcing things way too much, and it just puts them even further and further behind. Oof, that's rough. I didn't expect this game to be so fast. Dreamers, like, because they actually got ahead in the laning stage, they're just dismantling NoPing right now.
Yeah. It really comes down, I feel like, to the to how well this Juggernaut and Bane off safe lane went. We do have now a Daedalus finished on the Terrorblade. Meta up in 5, so they're gonna get the melee racks and they're gonna back off. Very disciplined play here by Dreamers. Like, they are playing so well right now.
They are. This DK is 11-0, and he was playing as a Batrider in the mid lane. He was getting crushed, but all of the plays he went for were great. Sure, he got a little bit lucky in terms of runes, but I think the Bane enabled him really well also with that rotation. The entirety of Dreamers, like, they're playing like an actual unit, and that is a team that actually swapped 4 players mid-season, or after Tour 2. So very impressive to see how they're playing against a team that everyone would rate very highly in Division 2.
Yeah. And yeah, you mentioned like the lucky haste rune. It's also like it is lucky to get the haste rune, but it's also it still requires then the skill as a team and as a player to make use of that luck. Like, you can get lucky with the haste rune and it couldn't go that it could not go that way in a different
Yeah,
world.
or you can like throw, right? Make
Yeah.
some dumb plays after that, and then it wouldn't matter that much. But he literally died 0 times the whole game. So,
Yeah.
like, that haste room didn't really change that much. It just kind of even out the laning stage, and after that, he's still playing like really well.
And in terms of net worth, we're just now seeing it is just Terrorblade. It is just him. Slardar has the same net worth as this Doom. Doom has a BKB, by the way.
Oh my lord! See,
Yeah,
I told you he was
Sean
rich, man.
is gonna get gone on. That's gonna be Bane. He gets a Nightmare. No, but the Doom immediately onto Terrorblade. Terrorblade is dead. Tiny is dead. And better luck next time, Sean says, as he bites back and says, whoa, we can still fight this. Dunha has the invis, but he's slowly but surely burning here. And yeah, he's just dead. And another haste rune. They finally have the dust. Okay. To wait for it.
That's so tough. Like, this Terrorblade, he needs to fill so many roles, right? He feels like they lack damage, so he goes Daedalus. But that means he can just get insta-doomed, and there's no saves on NoPing. If you look at the supports, there's no Glimmer Cape ready for doing Yawn. Tiny doesn't have a Force Staff. So, like, I don't blame his skill build necessarily on Melancholy. But it just means that they need to get the jump. And the whole game, it feels like the vision has not been on their side. They never are in position to go for aggressive plays when, maybe a cooldown is down for Dreamers. It's just rough. I feel like NoPing will be forced to YOLO smoke again. And even with some cooldowns down for Dreamers, they're so far ahead that it might not matter.
Yeah. It also, like, Bane was the first one to be, like, get gone on. But he also, like, he was walking to that high ground knowing he has his full team behind him.
Yeah.
That is once again, like, they're just playing very much as a unit and making sure that if they're looking for wards, if they're looking for vision, they can protect whoever is going on and then turn the fight. As we now have a full Aghanim Scepter on this Dragon Knight. I mean, the Black Dragon is gonna be scary.
Well, I talked about YOLO smokes. I think this is literally the meaning of that. let's see what happens here. There is no Doom and no Exo, so
There's also
that
no
is the
meta
greediest play
though.
Dreamer.
Oh, they're gonna jump onto Bane. Bane, he's gonna be invised up though. He will survive. Oh, and Leo style gets his BKB off, but just to run away. Slaughter already dead. Tiny is gonna fall as well. And yeah, this was desperation if there ever was one. The Glimmer Cape from the Bane.
Dude, Sean is he actually he's 1 in 5. I would probably give MVP to him.
Oh, for yeah.
So many of these clutch moves of the game had him being a part of it. You know, whether he's the first one walking in or setting up a kill, he really played well this game.
And now Aegis once again into the hands of the Jug. Who got the shard? The Death Prophet, I believe, got the shard.
Very strong on her. He's just farming Asians here. He's like, all right, guys, I'll be chilling here. Just don't throw the game.
We do have like the weird thing about that smoke was there was no meta and TB was not part of it. As now they're gonna get the toss back, but the spin coming out from Cookhook, and he's back.
Yeah, Lewis kind of jumped the gun on the Zidron Crush there. He was a little bit too early, so it allowed the Jug to spin. It's very, very hard to land anyway.
Yeah.
But
As now there's gonna be another jump, this time onto Death Prophet. Death Prophet doesn't have an Aegis, but there's the lasso, bringing her back. That's gonna be DP down already. Now the Omni Slash is gonna go onto Lewis though. Lewis already dead. Now jump onto Melancholy, but Dark Demon, the rest of his team is backing off as we have a pause. Oh,
that's not good. Oh my god. Okay. I mean, I guess the good part is that this pause, it was NoPing that pause. I think this benefits them less than it benefits Dreamers. I feel like they're the ones that like have to decide on whether they want to actually fight or not. There's no other decision but fight for NoPing.
Yeah,
so
it's not like, let's back up. No, they're going in.
If you back, you're gonna lose the game right now.
They're gonna get the tower, and okay. Dreamers, they're gonna decide, not gonna force us any further. That was, I mean, that toss play into the last, so that is pretty much what NoPing now needs. They need to get multiple of those going on vital targets such as the Death Prophet who didn't have Aegis.
Yeah, for sure. The only problem is now the meta is on cooldown. That play has less impact, and also Lasso is not up. So I even wonder what they will do, because I think they can just control the outpost, TP the DP, and go again. Especially with that double damage. That's such a lucky rune again. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Juggernaut. Oh, for me.
Wait,
He says as he actually is going to TP. As they find the grip here onto Leo style. And there's gonna be a jump and the Doom onto the Bat Rider Kim. Gonna get cleaned up by the Juggernaut. Can Miki close the gap? The Blink Dagger, the stun. They get 2 more kills. It looks so weird, the Juggernaut ignoring a DD and go for a TP. But
He was so close, and he still gets the double damage anyways.
oh,
That's so hard to watch, actually.
and Lewis is like, he's scary. Get out of here.
Oh, Fishman. Yeah, he's gonna go back. In terms of Lasso, we'll be up once Leo style spawns. If he buys back, though, I don't think that's gonna be a possibility.
That's going to be spin. That's just gonna take this melee racks, no problem whatsoever. You don't want to be buying back on your Bat Rider with 10 seconds.
No.
Because you might even take some more damage on your tier 3.
Still no meta. That's really the scary part.
They
You need
still have
5
Aegis on this Juggernaut. He feels so safe. Like you're not killing him twice. So now there's gonna be a jump forward by Leo style. Couldn't get in range for the lasso. Now with that, Dreamers, it's at their disposal. Aegis for another minute and a half. There's gonna be the smoke behind them. They're looking to wrap around this. Oh, looking to place a ward as Juggernaut jumps forward and Miki jumps in at the same time. They have the vision, they get the support. as Bad Rider gonna be forced to be buying back here. Melancholy Business BKB tries to run away. And at the same time, bottom also already been taken. When did that happen? And the room is gonna get lassoed here, but at the same time, Slider gonna get gone on, and Cookhook just going into the backlines, making sure this Terrorblade is not allowed to hit anybody. And yeah, Cookhook, he still has Aegis. There's gonna be a kill onto Kim. And that's just cleaning up all of the buildings. 5v